Oh geez, more stuff. Went shopping today again. Drainage pipe. A couple of fittings I threw up in here somewhere. Some downspout adapters. 90-degree beauty bob. Plan is to come off of my downspout. I think I'm going to go straight across, tie in over there, and run straight down along his driveway. Be the best option. Tell you, want to see something cool? She saw her car the other day, last week, when it came in wrecked. At the front of the SS Silverado. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be like that. So is that 2 wrecked cars in 2 weeks? Beautiful. Could have happened to a nicer person. Anyway, bunny rabbit screen here. Oh, cute little bunny rabbit. Let me use this as rebar. 30 inch by 10 foot, way more than I would need for a water meter box, but that's what they had, so I don't know what the price on that was. You can see the Brothers Cadillac is gone. Got that fixed, fired it right up. We took it up to the hardware store. Runs good. Box of nails. I just picked up the cheapest plywood they had. You know, it's like 3/8 inch thick or so. I think this was $14 for a sheet. Didn't care about knots or anything like that. We're just going to hack it up and use it to make a form. So hopefully one sheet will be more than enough. Because my box isn't all that big. 12 by 8 or so. Yeah, more than that. Maybe about 18 by 10, 18 by 12. But, see, this is holding up nice. I'm going to reuse the lid. Hammer it out, make it straight again. So, yeah, holes I dug when I was trying to pull the brother's car up here. So, yeah, and then I also picked up a couple bags of cement. So, let's get to work. It's turning out to be another beautiful evening. As I'm working away here, what do we got? Yeah, according to the clock, it's a couple minutes after 11. Pretty sure we're pushing 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening right now. So, battery must be going dead. What are you doing up there? Hey, cat. Just hanging out, huh? So, we've got the outer dimensional box built for the new water meter. I kind of goofed. I put the top piece on there upside down, but oh well. Just means it'll be a little bit rougher. Better traction when you back over it. You know, one thing I didn't think about with this narrow plywood was making sure all the nails would go in, but I think I got it enough. We're just going to break this thing apart to get the thing out of there, so oh well. I ain't looking to spend thousands of dollars on this. Hopefully this whole little side project will be under $800 with gravel. So, I mean, the plywood, the plastic, and all nails. That was, oh, and the concrete, I think that was $84 today. I don't think we've spent any more money other than gas, getting the dirt out of here, gas and time. Haven't bought any other rock. Got lots and lots of rock. So, but yeah. So we're roughly measuring off the old box that's still kind of in place. We're about 15 1/4 wide. I was aiming for 15, but good enough. And about just under 21 inches long. Let's get you zoom back out here. And our depth is going to be roughly 14, I think is what I went for. 14 and a half with the top piece on. So went ahead, trace this out on a chunk of plywood, kind of straighten it out, but I bent it, cracked it in a few spots, but it's still good. So there's the cover piece. That I'll get affixed somewhere in here. And then I'm going to figure out these dimensions in between these little ears. Cut a bigger piece of wood. I don't know if a 2x4 might not quite work. Yeah, it's right at 4 inches, so we'll have to figure something out. But, we'll put this in top. We'll make our inner opening to go inside here, however we're going to do that. So that gets us our access port. This will provide a recess in the top plate for that to sit in. So next, since the sun is still up for a little bit, I'm going to start working on the inner box. I think I'm going to go probably 2-inch thick. That's about what I measured the walls there before. So that'll be good. 2-inch thick, and I don't know if I'll do a 2 or maybe even a 3-inch lid, just to add some strength. I'll go pushing 3 inches, because that will, with this stuff here, we'll tie it all in. Hopefully make a strong little box. It's going to be heavy. And then I've got to do some cutouts too for the water line itself. Don't know what I'm going to use to line those. Haven't quite figured that part out yet. Actually, I was thinking maybe soda cans. Get the openings cut out. Cut a can. Actually, just put a couple of whole cans in. And use them as templates. There's filler pieces. But anyway, that's where we're at. So the build continues. Oh joy. Well, not doing too bad on scraps here. There's one we could cut down to make our next piece. Actually, that may be just about right for on the sides. Just cut the height down a little bit. Figure out how to make this thing. Gonna have to get a whole nother top piece too. That one's gonna have to be pretty precise. So, as you can see, this one here, I didn't worry too much about being spot on, but this one's gonna have to be pretty spot on to get it all back apart without busting up the concrete. So, alrighty, let's get the sides going, and we'll figure us out a top piece here in a little bit. Well, the inner box is done. One thing I have to make now, first I may need to button that up a little bit more. Get cement in there, it's going to be a pain to get that apart. Just need to make the spacer between the inside of the outer and the top of the inner box. So there's my rough spacing all the way around. And then just need to figure out how we're going to do this up top. I'm thinking this piece here, I'm just going to get some Gorilla Glue out and glue that right in place. Actually, I could probably 2x4 just build a box the same, wherever the part went, the same dimensions as the inner legs of the lid. You see, this one is the same size roughly. And I just need to build something to go right in here. So they just trim up some 2x4s and see what we can come up with. Yeah, but I think that may be tomorrow's job because the sun is going down. Pretty clouds over here though, huh? So I think we're just about done. I don't know what I got for lumber either. I had all this scrap here, but there's not a whole lot usable. It's all pretty small stuff. There's a 1/2-inch chunk of plywood, but it's cheap garbage. Hopefully I got some 2x2s around somewhere. Actually, they're 1.5s by 1.5s. There's a chunk of wood right here I might be able to use. But a little greasy, a little dirty, but she'll probably do. The problem I've got, this is a 2x4. And I just need to come up with a little bit extra. Which is going to be a bit of a pain. No matter which way you go, it's not a full 2x4, so it's going to be short. 1.5, 1.5 is 3, so it would leave me almost a full inch. I don't have a 1-inch chunk of wood anymore. Well, I guess I could laminate 2 half-inch chunks of plywood and make them fit. That would actually give me my height that I want inside then too. I don't know. We'll play. I may finish it up tonight. Actually saw a 787 fly over earlier today. Didn't have the camera out though. Kind of bummed about that. But couldn't catch a tail on it either. But that's a pretty looking sky. Alrighty. Onwards and upwards.